Welcome to Prep Station 2025 UTME Use of English. So for our revision, we will look at the various sections where candidates will be tested in the use of English. Candidates for English language will be tested in the following areas. 1. Comprehension. 2. Lexis Structure. 3. Synonyms and Antonyms. 4. Idioms and best interpretation of sentences. Then sounds and the literature text, The Lekki Headmaster by Kabir Alabi Garba. We begin with the first section. We have a comprehension passage, and we'll look at it together. Then we'll look at the questions that would follow. So this is the comprehension, and I'll read, but I'll be fast about it. It says, like a clock with the pendulum in full swing, the mind moves as fast as time flies. We ought to mind our thoughts, for if they turn to be our enemies, they will be too many for us and will drag us down to ruin. Some people may say that they cannot help having bad thoughts, even though they sting like vipers. That may be so, but the question is, do they hate them or not? We cannot keep thieves from looking in at our windows if we open our windows to them and receive them joyfully. We are as bad as they are. We cannot help the birds flying over our heads, but we can keep them from building nests on our head. Vain thoughts will knock at the door, but we must not open to them. Though bad and evil thoughts rise in our hearts, they must not be allowed to reign. He who turns a morsel over and over in his mouth does so because he likes the flavor, and he who meditates upon evil loves it and is ripe to commit it. Think of the devil, and he will appear. Turn your thoughts towards evil, and your hands will follow. Snails leave their slime behind them, and so do vain thoughts. An arrow may fly through the air and leave no trace, but an evil thought always leaves a trail like a serpent. Where there is much traffic of bad thinking, there will be much mire and dirt. Every wave of wicked thought adds something to the corruption which rots upon the shore of life. It is dreadful to think that a vile imagination, once indulged, gets the key of our minds and can get in again very easily. Whether or not we let it in and what may follow, no one knows. Nurse evil on the lapse of a thought, and it will grow into a giant. Therefore, there is wisdom in watching every day the thoughts and imaginations of our hearts. Good thoughts are blessed guests and should be welcomed, well-fed, and much sought after. But bad thoughts must fly out as swiftly as they move in. The questions. The first one says, which of the following represents the writer's view in the passage? A. Evil thoughts may come, but there is virtue in keeping them out. B. Evil thoughts will continue to sting us like vipers as long as there are enemies who cause offense. C. Like the pendulum, evil thoughts will always come to our minds no matter what we do. D. Like most birds, evil thoughts fly swiftly in our minds without perching. Now, from these answers, we would know that they are excerpts from the passage, but we've been told to look at what the writer's view is about. And the answer to this question is A. Evil thoughts may come, but there is virtue in keeping them out. That's the answer to this question. Question 2. It says, which of the following statements represents the view expressed by the writer in the first paragraph? A. Evil thoughts will eventually ruin the evil man. B. If we do not stop the pendulum of thoughts from swinging, our thoughts will soon become our enemies. C. Too many evil thoughts leave fatal consequences. D. It's possible to decide what controls our thoughts. Remember, we are looking at the view expressed by the writer in the first paragraph. So the answer is evil thoughts will eventually ruin a man. And other paragraphs explain or are centered around this idea in the first paragraph. It says, from the argument in the second paragraph, it can be concluded that evil thoughts control the lives of people who A, are helpless because they, that's the thoughts, fly out of their minds. B, cherish idle and slothful ways. C, are thieves with evil instincts. D, treasure and ruminate on them. The argument is we can conclude whether or not evil thoughts controls the life of people. So what kind of people do they control? And the answer to this question is D. Those who treasure and ruminate on evil thoughts are those controlled by it. Question 4. The expression "think of the devil and he will appear," as used in the passage, suggests that A, like the devil, evil thoughts must not reign in our hearts. B, evil thoughts are fantasies which exist only in people's minds. C, uncontrolled evil thoughts may lead to evil deeds. D, the devil gives evil thoughts only to those who invite him. The answers are a little similar, but the answer to this question is C. Uncontrolled evil thoughts may lead to evil deeds. D, which of the following statements summarize the argument of the last paragraph? A, heavy traffic and dirty road may lead to evil thoughts. B, the more evil we think, the more vile we are likely to become. C, evil people should not be welcomed as guests in our homes the same way as we welcome good people. D, evil thoughts control the key to the human heart and no one can keep them out. The answer to this question is B, the more evil we think, the more vile we are likely to become. And this is from that part of the paragraph that says, the more evils are allowed on our minds, the higher the likelihood of acting them out. So we are through with the first section. We're going to look at the second section, Lexis and Structure. Basically, they are grammar questions, and that's a section of the UTME. It says, choose from the list of words the one that best completes the given sentences. Number 1, the book will sell in dash. A, hundreds of thousands. B, 100,000. C, hundreds of thousands. D, 100,000. The answer to this question is hundreds of thousands. We are looking at how the book will sell, hundreds and then of thousands, not 100,000. Then 2, we must be ready to cater for dash. A, the poor and needy. B, poor and needs. C, the poor and needy. D, poor and needs. The answer to this question is the poor and needy. Note, the poor and needy is right, but using the article twice is not compulsory. The poor and needy. You could also say the poor and the needy. It's also fine, but it's not necessary to use the article D twice. After a 3-day meeting, 2 presidents issued a dash calling for peace. A, bulletin. B, memorandum. C, communique. D, directive. The answer to this question is C, a communique. A communique is a formal statement or announcement, often written, that conveys information, decisions, or policies to the public media or specific groups. So the answer to this question is communique. Number 4, you would need dash to help the investigations. A, this information. B, this informations. C, these information. D, these informations. Information, it's not these, because information is an uncountable noun. So we are specific and we need this particular information. That's why the answer is A. Number 5, Ada did not find dash in the house. A, anyone. B, someone. C, somebody. D, someone. The answer is anyone. When you use anyone or anybody, it's used in the negative sentence. Remember the use of the word not in that sentence. So when you use anyone or anybody, you use that in a negative sentence. That's why the answer is anyone. Question 6. He decided to wait for the bus because he had dash. A, many luggages. B, plenty luggages. C, a lot of luggage. D, too many luggage. The answer is a lot of luggage. The plural of luggage is luggage. The plural of baggage is baggage, not luggages and not baggages. So in this case, luggage is luggage, and then you have a lot of luggage. Question 7. After too much exercise, some people suffer from cramp, which cause the dash of the muscle. A, contraction. B, restriction. C, conscription. D, relaxation. The answer is contraction. Muscle contracts when it gets smaller and relaxes when it becomes loose. So it's muscle contraction. Question 8. What saved her was that she dashed to the side of the boat. A, had clinged. B, clung. C, clinged. D, clung. The answer is clung. Cling, the past tense is clung, and the past perfect tense is also clung. Clang does not exist in this case. Number 9, the protesters, unable to pull down the statues, dash it down from its fixtures. A, wrenched. B, pushed. C, towed. D, burned. The answer to this question is wrench. So when you wrench something, it involves pulling and twisting. So they couldn't have pushed the statue or towed it, because you tow a vehicle and then you burn something when you have to. So you don't burn a statue, you wrench it, okay, from a fixture. Number 10. With strong determination, Adamu was able to dash the problem. A, surmount. B, surpass. C, defend. D, no. The answer is surmount, and in this case, surmount means to overcome. Then we'll move on to the next section, which is synonyms and antonyms. JAMB is known to come up with lots of words, asking you for the nearest words nearest in meaning and words opposite in meaning, the synonyms and antonyms. So we'll look at some other questions from the UTME past question papers. Question 1, it says, choose from the list of words the one that is nearest in meaning to the underlined words. The first question reads, the town looked deserted, but we moved in with some trepidation. A, confidence. B, surprise. C, hesitation. D, fear. The answer to this question is fear. Trepidation, the synonym for trepidation is fear. Okibe was rusticated for his derogatory remark about the principal. A, complimentary. B, unsavory. C, unwarranted. D, lackluster. The answer to this question is unsavory. And the synonyms for unsavory are insulting, belittling, unpleasant, and offensive. Number 13. Justice is difficult to enforce because people are unwilling to accept any loss of sovereignty. A, autonomy. B, position. C, leadership. D, kingdom. The answer is autonomy, because the synonyms for sovereignty are autonomy, independence, and freedom. So in this case, when you look at the context, the synonym here is autonomy. 14. He was petrified to give the closing remarks at the conference. A, frightened. B, delighted. C, agitated. D, happy. A, frightened. Synonyms for petrified include afraid or scared. So we've come to the end of this session. Prep Station will be right back.